I think about dropping out every single day. Today, I have my journal with me, and we're going to talk about things I've learned in college other than media and shit. Okay, number one. Romance is not dead, but is definitely in a hibernation of some sorts. So you're probably not going to find the love of your life your freshman year. And that's okay. You know, college is, I know everyone and their fucking mom says college is a time for self-discovery. But like, it is, yeah. So like, it's okay if the guy in your bio class is a little bit ugly, you know? And even if you do find someone you're into your freshman year, it's very rare that it's actually going to work out long term. So if you're like halfway through your freshman year, or you're already like past your freshman year and you're like, my love life is not okay, that's okay. Don't, yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, you're paying for a degree, not a love life. So, yeah. Number two, there's so much to learn, and it's actually crazy. It's really, when you think about it, you actually have access to so much more like information than you thought you did. Like, it's crazy that I can take classes on like economics and art history and law, and just like, I'm the type of person who just loves to learn everything. So college is fucking great for me because I get to actually do that. Last quarter, I took a class on dinosaurs. I don't give a fuck about dinosaurs, but just like the fact that I had access to a class like that is crazy. So take advantage of your educational resources because there's so much to learn about, especially just like your local area and the world. So take some time to actually like learn about that. Even like learn about the things that you didn't really expect to care about, like dinosaurs. I still don't care about dinosaurs, but it was a cool ass class. And now I know what a backward facing pelvis bone is. So learning is cool. If it looks like I changed the camera or the lighting, it's because I did. Anyway, next thing is being on your own is hard. Oh, but I'm so independent. Being on your own is hard. I consider myself to be a pretty independent person, but I remember when I first arrived at my college and my parents left, and I went to my Google Maps and I saw my little blue dot, and then I saw my home dot, and I saw how fucking far away I was from my home dot, and it made me so freaking sad. Even as excited as I was for college and to be in a new environment and really be away from my family for the first time, it was still an adjustment. And it's especially like because society likes to think that as soon as you turn 18 you have everything figured out, but that's not true, especially when the entire purpose of college is to figure yourself out, or at least start to. So it's okay if you arrive here and you're like, oh, I actually like miss people. It's okay to like seek mentorship and community and friends. Please seek friends. friends are great to have, so please seek that out. And don't just think that because you're used to being alone at home that you'll be used to being alone, especially in a new environment, because that shit's harder than you think. So it's okay if you need people. It's okay. My next thing is that unfortunately budgeting is actually important. Yeah, and that's okay. It's okay if you're not like great at it. Like if y'all watched my anxious girl New Year's resolutions video, budgeting was one of my New Year's resolutions for this year. It's not something I started learning how to do until a few months ago, and I'm still not great at it, TBH. But the fact that I'm trying says a lot, and it doesn't even have to be like a big thing either, especially if budgeting is something that you're not really used to. It can just be something small, like, oh, I'm gonna buy 3 coffees a week instead of 4. Baby steps. Especially since at the end of the day, you know your financial situation the best, so you should be honoring that in your day-to-day life. So maybe you don't need that matcha, babe. With so much love. My next thing is, in my experience, I found it a lot easier to find community through interests rather than identity. And what I mean by that is that when I first arrived at university, my mom was like constantly telling me about how I should like join the Black Student Union and like join this cultural organization and that one. But when I went to those things, I didn't really have the best time, and like not for any specific reason, just like I didn't really vibe with it as much as I thought I would, and which was really disappointing, honestly, because especially since I grew up in a like mostly white area, so it kind of sucked to like be around other people of color and still feel alone. But it wasn't until I started actually doing things that interested me, like writing and theater and shit like that, that I actually like met people who likes the same things as me, and that's how I was able to make friends and find that community that I'd been searching for. So when you meet someone, instead of asking yourself, how's this person's background similar to mine, which is a great question to ask, you can form a lot of friendships like that, but don't let that be the main thing you focus on. Like, also ask yourself, what does this person like to do that I like to do, and could we potentially do those things together? Because that's hashtag friendship. And also like even if this person doesn't do this thing, do they know someone else who does this thing, and could they maybe like introduce me to them? There's so many ways to make connections in college, so don't just focus on one way, especially if you've tried that way and it hasn't worked out for you. And I think the journal says this is my last thing. My last thing is being alone is hashtag fun. I know I yapped a lot about like making friends and finding community and yada yada yada, which is great, but also learn how to enjoy your own company, because as much as it sucks to say, there's a high chance that at some point you're going to meet a friend and then you're going to end up not talking to that friend anymore. So make sure that you are comfortable spending time with yourself, because you're gonna end up doing that a lot. And if y'all watched my anxious girl versus Seattle video where I traveled over spring break, you would see that I took myself on a little adventure and I had a great time. So don't just tolerate yourself, but actually learn to like yourself and like spending time with yourself. I know it's a hard process, especially if you're like me and you're chronically anxious. But once you do learn, it eventually becomes easier, and you realize kind of how many things you've been missing out on because you've been waiting for other people to do them with you. So if you want to go to a concert by yourself, buy that ticket, babe. Okay. And the journal says that I am done. Yeah. Those are just some, I think that those are some of the most, like, obviously college has taught me a lot more, but I think that those are some of the most important things. So I hope that this was helpful. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. I love brown hair. I think brown hair is going to be in my rotations. Okay, bye.